Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Buki. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're an old subscriber, good to have you back. So today's video is going to be the last part of my grad school journey, my grad school series. I have put up about 3 different videos on grad school talking about, like introducing myself, why I decided to go to grad school, where I studied, visa application process, and the likes. But this video is going to be a grad school Q&A, because one thing people always ask me questions about grad school, either on my Instagram, mostly on my Instagram. I just thought, just send in your questions and I'll make a detailed video, because obviously I cannot answer everybody individually, right? So that is what we're going to be doing in this video. If you want to know more, keep watching.
Now anything that you want to with make you can ask around.
I already have the questions on my phone. I wrote them out in my notes app, so I could just go over them. The very first question asked was, why did I choose to pursue a master's degree in public health, and why America? If you all don't know, I am a medical doctor. I'm sure you guys now know I'm a medical doctor, and I just knew that one of my long-term goals, like career-wise, was to pursue a master's degree. And I already talked about why I decided public health in my first video, so please watch that. So I just felt public health to be an opportunity for me to properly educate and prevent diseases, promote healthcare quality and accessibility on a larger scale, as opposed to medicine that was much more on an individual basis, right? So I could be contributing my quota to the world at large. Why America? Why America? Because America is indeed the land of opportunities. America has some of the best professors in the world. The technology, I just felt like I needed to come to America to get a second degree. Yeah, so that was why I decided America. The second question says application process from Nigeria. I talked about this in one of my videos as well, but basically I did everything myself. I did not use any agency or whatever. The schools I applied to, even the ones that rejected me, I just did it on sofas. And then I also, for my school, I applied directly on their website, and I got response. I just did everything basically by myself, even getting my date at the embassy. I did everything by myself. So yeah, please make sure you watch my first grad school series, the video, the second one as well. Why my school and state? I think I already talked about it as well. I prayed about it. I had to choose between University of Illinois and Chicago, and I had to choose and then University of New Haven as well. But I prayed, and I was so sure that I was meant to come to Connecticut. That was what helped me make my decision to come to Connecticut. So, and I currently live in Connecticut, West Haven, Connecticut. Someone asked, will you be getting another degree? No. No, you guys want to kill me. I went to school medicine for 6 years, internship 1 year, NYSC 1 year, worked for a bit, came to grad school for 2 years. I need to rest. I need no other degree. PhD is a no, but maybe later in future I probably will be taking some short courses, like Harvard and the likes. But going into school for maybe PhD or another master's degree, hell no. Question says, how was grad school? Grad school was actually pretty chilled. Trust me, I'm glad I got to experience school again. Guys, it was also really stressful, trust me, but I just had to to keep going. It was stressful having to learn to write papers, research everything, working with professors, still trying to have an active social life. I was still creating content, though you are learning about plagiarism, guys. It is not easy, trust me. It is not easy being a student, but I'm just so glad that I managed. I tried my best, and I achieved my grad school goal. Yeah. How was I able to combine grad school with content creation, getting all A's plus an active social life? And someone also asked, how was I able to manage my time? So I'm just going to group them together. So one thing about me, There is time for everything. There is time for content. There is time for school. There's time for sleep. There is time to do other things. I don't know if that makes sense. And one thing that has really helped me, someone also said like productivity hack. I always have a to-do list. Trust me. I cannot start my day like at least the day before. I must have written down things I plan to achieve the next day, right? Even if it means cooking, I will still write it down. So I am someone who is also like very organized. I cannot just wake up and just start moving up and down. What are we doing today? No, there is always a plan. So what just really helped me in grad school was, my assignments. You had deadlines. I always wrote out everything. When it was time for assignments, it was time for assignments. When it was time to create content, guys, I'll focus on content. There's no way you'll find me creating content when I should be studying. Are you okay? When your father is spending thousands of dollars to sponsor you in school, like I just had to have a to-do list and always did the right thing at the right time. For example, let's say you're meant to study, right, and you did not study. I knew, or I was aware that if I did not study when I was supposed to study, it was my content creation was going to suffer, right? So I will study when I was supposed to study, and when it's time to sleep as well, I'm setting my alarm. Like you have to sleep between like there's nothing like oversleeping. You sleep for like a period of time, wake up, do everything, and that was just it. Basically trying to like put my assignments, like submitting them on time, doing everything I just needed to do. How were you able to manage your time? It was still like having a to-do list and just doing the right thing at the right time. Someone talked about setting goals. Yeah, so for me, I talked about, so let's say my grad school goal started from like way back in medical school. I was like, oh, you want to do masters, right? And then I wasn't so sure. And then I did my housemanship. And then I was like, oh yeah, you have to go to grad school, yeah. And then I set goal like, okay, by 2020 you needed to be out of Nigeria. So I had to like plan towards that. And then when I got to grad school as well, I was like, you had to graduate with all A's, like distinction. And I achieved all the goals I had set for myself, like, for grad school. So you just have to set your mind. Every goal you set, to be honest, is achievable or can be achievable. So I don't do anything extra. I just set these goals and make sure like I work towards them. Someone also asked, other areas doctors can explore aside clinical medicine? That's a very good question. So there's something called health informatics that's basically trying to use new technology to improve the quality of lives. I actually got a certificate in health informatics as well. So alongside my public health degree, I also have a certificate in health informatics, and I decided to do that. I mentioned in one of my videos that I was doing general public health. I decided to get a certificate in health informatics just so that I could have more options when it got to, applying for jobs. And I was also quite interested in trying to find out how to use technology to improve the quality of life. So it was like a win-win situation for me, MPH and a certificate in health informatics. So that's an area like doctors can explore. There's also research, clinical research as well. There is digital health. These are the ones I know of, like, right now, but I'm sure there are a whole lot of areas doctors can, can explore. But public health is also, or is much more popular. Someone said grad school culture shock. For me, there wasn't really anything, because it wasn't my first time studying abroad. So the same things I saw, like nothing shocked me during grad school, because I had seen even worse things when I was in my undergrad. And then someone also asked, advice to young med school uni graduates. Guys, when I was in med school, I didn't even know if I knew what I was doing. I wasn't like the smartest student or whatever. I just knew that I just had to keep going. Like I needed to just, graduate, do all I could. Just sometimes you might be confused. Sometimes you might not even be sure if you're on the right path. But trust me, you will figure it out, right? Just do one thing at a time. Like set clear goals, set smart goals for yourself, work towards your goals. And one thing I would always say is giving up is never an option. God, that's one thing I really like about myself. Like when I want something, I go hard for that thing, except I really do not want it. Yeah. And then also always commit your plans into the hands of God, and God will definitely bless them. Another advice would be to also see other areas you're also passionate about, because for me now, yes, there's health technology, like health informatics. I'm also really passionate about, like, my content creation and everything. Now I'm even doing YouTube as well. So you can also like still be a medical doctor and still do other things you're passionate about, because whether you like, we're all looking for money, right? So, and wealthy people have more than one source of income. So that's going to be an advice, because trust me, in the long run, if you feel like, or you think that medicine is going to make you wealthy, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Nope. Maybe when you have gotten to the peak of your career, you're a consultant, whatever it is, but as you're starting, you're still climbing up, the ladder. Trust me, you need to have something else on the side. I mean, you don't have to, but if you can, it's just going to help you, and you'll be able to properly figure out other things, you like, and you might be able to combat with medicine. And then last advice would just be, go for what you want. Whatever you want, whatever you desire is achievable, and also with the help of God. So we've come to the end of my grad school journey. Like, I'm so glad I was able to share my story. I'm not someone who speaks so much, but I just felt YouTube would be an opportunity for me to put myself out there, give you guys gist, talk about other things, some personal things, some not so personal things. And I just felt I needed to talk about my grad school journey. And also one of the reasons why I said to talk about my grad school journey as well is people just sometimes feel like things always go boo, 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 like smooth and fast for me. I had to face rejections. I had to cry at some point. I was scared throughout the whole journey. But one thing I just stood firm, and one thing I just always held on to, was that God was always with me. So trust me, guys, it is okay to fail. It is okay to pick yourself back up, and it is okay for you to still keep pushing. Thank you so much for watching, and see y'all in my next video. And please let me know if you have any questions I probably did not answer concerning grad school. If there's anything you probably need me to help with, just questions, right? Of course, I can't help you apply or whatever it is, but I will be able to respond and assist to the best of my knowledge. Thank you, and see you later. Bye.